welcome to today's edition. I am your anchor, Blessing Dolo, broadcasting live from the OLDN TV studios, #igniting insightful conversations. And with me today is an amazing panel streaming live from Afghanistan. Thank you very much for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and tell us your nationality as well.
Good evening. This is Shakiba Nazari from Afghanistan. Thank you for inviting me. Actually, I love to speak about this supporting women capacity building and the topics you have mentioned to me. Thank you.
Most welcome. Thank you very much. Now, speaking of women, there are actually some few drafted questions. I'm just going to take it one after the other. The first question is: you are passionate about facilitating and supporting women capacity building programs. The first part of this question is: what inspired this ambition?
My personal life as a woman who is working here, as a person who is a mother and still working and trying to have something by herself.
Okay, that's cool. What are some of the initiatives you have led to advance the women capacity building ambition?
I have planned and implemented a succession plan in my position to be filled by another woman in my previous employers. I have aspired to be a role model for other girls and women in my surroundings by my hard work, professional and personal behavior, my attitude with my colleagues and friends. But still, there are many areas for improving the quality of life of women in my surroundings and organization I work.
Okay, sounds catching. That's very, very good. And given your career background, I'll just touch a little on it. In most of your roles you have assumed over the years, how can I put this? A stakeholder engagement seems essential. Why is stakeholder engagement important in organizations?
Actually, the engagement of activities for a successful implementation of the project activities at the field and ground level, as they are the key beneficiaries of the project activities. Further, they are the source to ensure actual implementation and sustainability of the project activities.
Okay. All right. So what are some techniques organizations can use to make stakeholder engagement effective?
One of the key techniques to effectively engage stakeholders is to giving orientation about the project, program, goal, objectives, and activities, to know the detail of it, and then they will be supportive for the project. Okay. I think the orientation is one of the most important techniques to use that and to give them.
That's very true. It's an important tactic. I hope most organizations will implement this suggestion. That being said, about organizations, you are involved in organization capacity building. What is this all about?
The organization capacity building starts with the commitment of the senior staff member of the organization about the importance and the need of and the organization in order to improve the quality of organization activities. This starts with identification of the organization gap within the organization. This will be followed by sustainable and job embedded professional learning designs to improve the quality of the performance and activities of the staff, which will be impact the service delivery and to the beneficiaries.
I'm going to ask the question again. One of your achievements is leading institutionalizing information, sharing, and providing access of information to the citizens. And the first question would be, would you love to tell us more about this project and the initiatives that were implemented?
Actually, I just joined this organization recently, so I can't say it's initiative, but yeah, my team has developed a management manual, which I'm responsible for the implementation or follow up with them as a regular basis. This is done through observation checklist filled by the project staff at the field level and then enter in the database for analyzation for the development and sharing of the knowledge created with this system. So I'm involved. But yeah, in the uh, mm, past project that I was managing, I have given more responsibilities to the women team members and the project beneficiaries to participate in the decision making process.
Amazing. That is wonderful. So, why is it important to provide access to information for citizens?
Actually, the public needs to know the quality of the services that are provided to them. They are the key beneficiaries of all the key services provided by the government entities, rule of law implementers. So they have the right as a citizen to know the details.
Okay, that's very good. So, given that you are an OD practitioner, I'd like to ask you this very wonderful question. Effective strategic and operational planning, monitoring, and reporting are essential to decision-making process of any organizations. Please, could you shed more light to this?
Actually, the planning is the key responsibility of any project manager or leader, and the key aspect of the project life cycle. This includes all aspects and engagement of the key stakeholder and implementer, which facilitated contextual planning of the steps, activities of the project, implementation at the ground and field level. I personally, I believe, and forget the person name, but I remember only that quote, which says, "If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail." Thank you.
Uh, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. That's a very good phrase to make. That is wonderful. There is a question
Uh,
I've been wanting to hear you answer, but
yes.
I could not hear you because of, I think, maybe the network, which was the second question. In most of the roles you have assumed over the years, stakeholder engagement seems essential. The first phase of the question is, why is stakeholder engagement important in organizations?
Stakeholder in organization activity is very important for the success for the project activities at the field or ground level. So, as they are the key beneficiary of the project activities, further they are the source to ensure actual implementation and sustainability of the project activities. We can have them in the work with them very well. They are the main source of our project.
Okay, that's great. So, given the response you've shared with us, I would like to ask you this as well. What are some techniques that organizations can use to make stakeholder engagements very effective? What do you think could be some techniques?
Okay, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, And one of the key techniques which will be used effectively in an organization is to give the orientation to the stakeholder, to engage them in the program, program objectives and activities, to help them to know about the detail of the any project or activities. Then they will be supported. I think their engagement is most important aspect of the project.
Okay. Now that you're talking of project, I would like to ask you this. You worked as a project manager, and according to the World Economic Forum 2020 Future Jobs Report, project management is one of the key skills required in the future. In your own opinion, why is project management so important today?
Actually, the project management skill and knowledge is being used in most of professional fields like teaching, engineering, business, etc. So the general usage of this field has added value and it's important and usage.
Okay. Thank you very much. I was trying to hear the last thing you said. You know, actually, when I went through, when I heard a lot of things about you, I'm like, wow, she's very powerful. Do you have plans on running in for politics?
Mhm. No, I
Uh,
love business. Actually, uh, I don't I don't have any plan for politics. I love to start my own business or working in business sites. And
wow.
yeah, of course, I have some other plan to be writing my books. Actually, I'm trying to write a book, and Dr. Justin will be the best person to help me in this regard. I'm very
Uh,
sure.
oh, okay. That's very nice. He's also my mentor. He's also my mentor. That's great. So it's good. I was asking you
Yes.
because you're quite oriented with leadership skills, and you talk very from a very sound background. So I was like, do you plan to engage in politics? If you had
Mm.
said yes, I'll be like, once you be the leader, what do you intend to do with your citizens? Because you know you're standing from a very sound point. Now, but if you were to
Uh,
advise the leaders,
I,
what would you advise them
mm.
on how can the economy be better, the economy of Afghanistan, how can it be better? What advice do you think you can give them if your advice is being requested for?
To engage in the economic side and to give chance for the youth, for those young generation which are recently graduated and have more initiative than the old people, old persons. So if they lead will them, so it can be very um, it can be more effective for the people and for the country.
That's interesting. That's wonderful. I am very delighted to meet you in person. You're the first Afghanistan lady I've met, actually. So I'm really honored.
Mm. Thank you. Actually, thank you, OLDN groups. It's a best opportunity for me to discuss these things and also have some communication with a foreigner. We are going out of box. Actually, we are always bonding in our limits. So this is a very great opportunity for us. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. And especially Dr. Justine Marion. You all are super. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. So usually our ending is thank you for watching and stay tuned in on OLDN. Could you say that in your language, please?
تشکر میکنم از تمام کسایی که بیننده چینل اولدین هستند یا در توصیه تغییر بیننده هستند. ممنونی همگی کسانی که با ما هستند در این گروه. تشکر میکنم. Yes,
Wow,
done.
thank you very much. I can't say one thing you just said. Thank you, viewers, for watching and stay tuned in for the next edition Once again, I am your anchor, Blessing Dolo from OLDN TV, hashtag igniting insightful conversation. And once again, with me today is an amazing person streaming live from Afghanistan in the presence of Madam Shakiba Nazari. Thank you all for watching. And if you're watching us on Facebook, please make sure you follow us. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe and hit the like button. And why not get the notification bell so whenever we upload a video, you're the very, very first to see our videos. And stay tuned in for more edition only at OLDN TV. Thank you, Miss Chakiba, and have a wonderful day.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you.